when I went around and told people to vote for you. That was the biggest mistake, and I went back and told them I made a mistake. I was wrong, and I apologize.
If you don't want to, but I'm going to tell you, you are sorry mayor. You haven't done nothing for Tarrant City, but they bring us down. Where is the money?
I don't know.
That's all I want to know. Where is it? Where is it?
We are revisiting the absolute chaos in Tarrant, Alabama. We talked about this city before, and now we're back with another wild, crazy, chaotic city council meeting.
We had something to do with a video got released. Do you not realize that's slander? That's slander. You ought to be tired of getting these lawsuits. You know, and like I said, things that I said about you. Why don't you sue me for slander? Sue me.
Before we dive into the new mess, let's provide a recap on how ridiculous things have gotten. So picture this. This all starts with a literal punch. Yeah, you heard me. A councilman, Tommy Bryant, straight up hitting Mayor Newton in the middle of a bitter political feud, and somehow that was just the warm-up act. Things spiral out of control pretty quickly. We have accusations of racism flying around, with Tommy Bryant using a racial slur during a public meeting to target a black councilwoman.
I mean, I know I'm black.
Now you want to address what I have to say. Do we have a house in here? Yeah,
Okay.
Do we? Hey, do we? Would she please stand up?
His excuse, he claimed that he was quoting the mayor. And a lot of people didn't buy that. So the city's pretty divided, but the problem is Mayor Newton has been hit with so many issues. The mayor just being really incompetent with his job. He has been hit with a civil lawsuit accusing him of all kinds of wild stuff, from financial mismanagement to interfering with police investigations and even letting the city's sewer system get foreclosed on. Sewer system. Foreclosed. Let's throw in the fire chief debacle for good measure. This city somehow managed to end up with 2 people claiming to be the fire chief.
Firing the fire chief could mean a hefty bill for one central Alabama town.
Right now, Tarrant is facing a $500,000 payout after firing Chief Jason Rickles. He has since been reinstated as one of 2 chiefs in the town.
Mayor Wayman Newton says he fired Chief Jason Rickles back in 2021 for an incident that happened in Georgia, putting Rickles behind bars. Mayor Wayman Newton says he told councilors when he terminated Fire Chief Jason Rickles, but the chief's attorney claims that isn't the case.
State law requires the mayor in a town the size of Tarrant to report any employment action, such as a termination of a fire chief, to the city council, so the city council can take action.
I did my job. I fired them. I provided them notice, but they chose not to act on it, and so that's on them.
I don't know how you could mess that up, but this is Tarrant, Alabama, so here we are. This whole mess has drained the city's resources and left residents wondering if anyone at City Hall actually know what the hell they're doing. So let's fast forward to the recent meeting a couple days ago, and things are as messy as ever. Another city council meeting turned to a verbal boxing match. We have Mayor Newton with the councilman Brian going after again. Mayor's going after other council people as well, trading accusations. It is absolutely crazy. And the citizens, they're stuck in the middle, looking like they've been trapped into the worst episode of The Office. So honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if someone brought popcorn to these damn meetings. So we're gonna check out this meeting, some of the highlights from it, a lot of finger pointing, and a whole lot of nothing getting done. So let's check it out right now.
I apologize for my tardiness. My daughter was in a tournament tonight. So is this the settlement agreement, I guess, with Rickles?
It's 9250, yeah, that's what we're talking about.
And just make sure, because I heard a lot of things, is it he's gonna continue to get paid, I guess, what, through 2026 and not have to show up for work?
That was supposed to be negotiated, is what I understand.
Basically, we have someone getting public funds, not showing up to work. All of this would have been avoided if you only had affirmed my decision. You guys make it difficult.
They didn't make a statement about
You
that.
made it difficult.
If you had done what you're supposed to do, like it's supposed to be done, this would never happen in the first place.
So there you go, back to the classic deflection. Instead of taking responsibility, this mayor just blames the council. Sounds very familiar to another mayor that we cover on this channel. And you already know I'm talking about Tiffany Henyard. This strategy is a terrible, terrible strategy for leadership. Whether you're a manager or you're a mayor, the deflection is the blame shifting. ultimately it's his fault, being the mayor, that they have 2 fire chiefs. Why does that even happen in the first place? But he always finds a way to blame the council, just like other mayors blame their trustees. It's a collective failure if you want to be honest about it, but instead of taking responsibility, it is someone else's fault.
This belongs to you, Mr. Mayor. And if you want to debate that, I will debate it with you. I know what the statute says. The statute says that you can fire the fire chief for any good reason, and at the next council meeting, you have to announce it to the council, which you did not do.
Which it was announced. You were provided with the
There was no resolution and we didn't vote on it. Why are you so big on us voting the police chief out?
You guys chose not to do anything.
And it also says you cannot fire the fire chief permanently. And you made a statement that Chief Rickles was never going to come back to work because you fired him permanently.
This is your problem, so I'll let you guys figure that out.
Yeah, it's our problem now, but it was caused by you.
So they had enough with this guy. And Tiffany Henyard has a bit of this problem as well. You can't just do whatever you want. You need the approval of the board. You have to bring things to the board. Unfortunately, with Mayor Newman, he doesn't understand it. It's someone else's fault. I told you what I wanted to do, and you guys should just go along and went along with whatever I wanted. And it doesn't work that way.
And the personnel board.
So me and the personnel board, so now it's the personnel board's fault now?
You fired him. The personnel board upheld your firing.
Yeah.
That's the reason we put Chief Bennett in the place that he's in.
If the personnel board actually affirmed his termination, then you would think that the council would have actually affirmed the termination as well. But that's neither here nor there. Again, like I said, this is...
You're 100% wrong. If anybody wants to know the truth about it, I will gladly meet with them and tell them what the facts are. And yes, the personnel board was right. You have the right to fire. You had the right to fire him for any good reason. You thought it was a good reason. You had the right to fire him. That part was right. The wrong part is, at the next council meeting, you have to announce it by law. You did not do that, etc., etc., etc. You're wrong 100% on everything else.
I tell you, the council is arguing with this mayor. He mishandled the firing. His failure to show proper procedures caused this problem. So this is basically a masterclass on how not to be a leader, shown by this mayor right here. His reckless decision-making led to a situation where the city has 2 fire chiefs. This is embarrassing. It's also downright dangerous to have this kind of terrible leadership happening. This is why they always seem to be having some arguments over here.
So when you tried to introduce the resolution to bring him back, Councilor Bryant, I specifically remember it was tabled. So why didn't the council basically bring him back then? Like I said, this is a problem that's been created by the council, and I'm going to let you guys figure it out.
It was created by you, and we have to try to take care of it.
So now that they're going to bring him back, I think we owe it to the department to give some direction as to how things are supposed to operate. Since you guys have created this two-headed monster, I think you probably need to...
I'm so sick of you saying you guys. You started it. Okay? We didn't know he was fired until the next day when we saw it on the news.
So,
and that was because of you.
You need to give the fire department some direction as to how they're to operate. And for the record, it says the citizens of Tarrant should not have to live in fear of a racist and misogynistic public official that is tasked with, in this case, saving their lives and the lives of their children.
This mayor is just gaslighting the hell out of the council. And I'm guessing he's talking about some situation that happened before. I'll put it in right now.
He's not entitled to $500,000.
I'm Jason Rickles. I'm fire chief here for the city of Tarrant, and I'm not coming to try to get Patrick's job. Patrick's done a great job. We all know what the mayor did to me. We all know how he did it to me. We all know why he did it to me.
You were terminated.
And I do not want to. I'm talking, Mayor.
Black realtor.
I'm talking.
And her colleagues.
Sir, I don't get to choose the race of the people that come to my house. I don't get to choose what race they
were charged criminally.
And they were all dropped, sir. So I have no charges. So I don't know what he's talking about my termination. If that's what he's terminated me for felony charges, run my record right now. There's not no felony charges. I would sign a hold harmless agreement and I would not sue this city for a single nickel if you just pay me my back pay, which has already been ordered by the personnel board.
So this situation that happened where there's some elements of racism, the council member on the far left, all the way up there, that dude says some crazy stuff. So there's a lot of tension. But again, the leadership is lacking here. The council should know that someone was fired on the news. That shouldn't be the first point of contact or communication when they are supposed to be tasked with helping to run this city. This shows that the mayor really doesn't value them. He probably wishes to have a whole new group of council members, and he wants to do what he wants to do. And this is the back and forth between the mayor and the council.
So take that for what it's worth. Okay, so he has a no-show job. Okay, Chair will entertain a motion concerning resolution 9250.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to introduce Resolution 9250, a resolution to reinstate Jason Rickles to Fire Chief of the City of Tarrant Fire Department and directing all back pay and benefits pursuant to the Personnel Board of Jefferson County order dated November 7th, 2024. I move for the adoption of Resolution 9250.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Is there any unreadiness? Again, all this could have been avoided if the council had done what they were supposed to do when he was initially fired, when he was initially terminated, and also when the personnel board first sent it back. They sent it back because the council had requested, they wanted to vote on affirming or not affirming his termination. And so again, because they chose not to do anything, this is what you get. So
he keeps repeating this claim. The personnel board affirmed his decision. But again, the council is arguing he has ignored the legal requirements for termination. Why is he continuing to repeat the same thing over and over again? Is this mayor and Tiffany Henry, did they all go to a school on how to be a mayor, how to run things, how to handle leadership? It's just gaslighting thing. It's all gaslighting. Just to try to get a reaction for an argument just seems ridiculous.
that's all I have to say. Is there any more unreadiness? Seeing none, hearing none. Madam Chair, can we please have a vote?
Councilor Bryant?
Yes.
Councilor Threadford?
Abstain.
Councilor Anderson?
Yes.
Councilor Freeman?
Yes.
Councilor Matthews?
Yes.
Motion carries. One, this is a resolution authorizing the City of Tarrant to renew its membership in the National League of Cities. I think that given our financial situation that we're in, I think that this would be a waste of money because the only person that goes to any events hosted by the National League of Cities is Councilor Freeman.
I fail to understand that you want to keep your foot on people's neck for education. That's on you. Just because you don't want to learn, that's the problem. You don't want to learn and you don't want the people to learn to better the city. There are grants out there that the city is entitled to, but we haven't applied for them. We have not applied for anything. We've got all this money that's out there that the city could use, but for some reason, the mayor is not trying to push it.
Wait, what's going on there? Why, mayor? Why you're not taking advantage of the financial benefits that can help the city? He don't care? Does it matter to him? That seems to be weird, don't you think?
You don't want me to learn, or anybody else for that matter to learn to try to get some grant money in here. Stop making it personal, Mayor. You should be leading by example. And I don't see you leading us nowhere. You ain't led us nowhere. The only review I can say I did was when I went around and told people to vote for you. That was the biggest mistake, and I went back and told them I made a mistake.
Damn.
I was wrong, and I apologize. What have you done for the city? Except get all these freaking lawsuits, and you got the people thinking that it's the council fault. No, it's not. No, it's not. And you quick to go and say something that you cannot back up. When you made that statement that about we had something to do with a video got released, do you not realize that's slander? That's slander. You ought to be tired of getting these lawsuits. You know, and like I said, things that I said about you. Why don't you sue me for slander? Sue me. You quick to tell people, sue me.
Your
Sue me, so
judgment
sue me.
proof.
What's that?
Your judgment proof, so
My judgment, what?
never mind.
No, it's like this. See, the thing is, you can sit there and say, but like still, it's gonna all don't come out in the wash. We'll come out in the rinse.
You know, every time I come up.
Listen, she wasn't playing around. She was not playing around at all. This guy is a failure in leadership. He made a ton of mistakes. He has taken things very personal, and he had his personal feelings against the people who do not like him, and he makes life miserable for the people who he doesn't like. And that's a very common tactic, strategy for these politicians in leadership when they take a personal affront to something and they do whatever it takes to make that person miserable. And she's letting him know right now, well, if you're talking about slander, then sue me for slander. He probably won't do that because what she's probably saying is true.
I get a headache. I do want to ask the mayor, what do you have against Ms. Freeman going to these conferences when you can't tell the citizens of Tarrant where the money has gone?
First of all, I don't control money.
Wait a minute.
I haven't touched checks.
Wait,
I haven't
just-
signed a check for almost 3 years. And as far as Ms. Freeman going on these trips, the reason why I take an issue with it is because she has actually spent more money in the 3 years, well, 4
What have you
years
spent?
that she's been on this council.
Miss-
She has spent more money traveling than all 5 prior council members from the last term plus the mayor. So,
I want to know.
and I don't
Miss
go on
Freeman
trips because
asked
between
for the
raising kids and my
original
job and my business, I don't have time to travel like that.
Miss
This guy is a great leader, as you can tell by constantly talking over this person, not letting this person speak and finish their entire question or the entire statement. Defensive. Then as she's talking, he gets back on his phone. Textbook perfect leadership here. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic.
Freeman asked for the original receipts of things that has been spent in Tarrant. Have you received those receipts?
No, ma'am. The reason why I have submitted it since 2021, I have documentation to prove it, but the city clerk stated it takes 6 months from the last time I submitted, 6 weeks from the last time I submitted it. She emailed me and made the statement that due to the fact that the mayor would not release her the information for her to be able to get what I needed, but he can get it, and he know what I'm talking about. He can get what he needs, so no, I have not received it.
Do any of the council members have any knowledge where the money has gone? Do you all know? The citizens of Tarrant don't even know. Ms. Freeman, Ms. Thurford, you said that you was going to do a forensic audit. Have that been done?
We have not reached out.
The reason why I'm here today is because I'm tired of Tarrant being a junk yard. You go down through these alleys, you go on the streets, nothing has been done in 5 years that you all been seen here. Nothing. We don't even have a good street to ride down. I ride around town all the time. Go through the alleys. If you call to see could they pick up the trash, we can't get an answer.
Damn.
Why? Where is the money? I'm still asking, where is the money?
I have a problem with them not looking at this person as they speak and how they got the mayor on his phone, another guy all the way over there. I don't know what he's doing. This is a failure, a complete failure of all of them. The fact that these certain things that's supposed to be there to help the city, like simple things as picking up the trash, how the streets are all messed up and they can't get their act together, fighting amongst each other. And the problem is it only hurts the people who live there. These people can't get their act together. It's embarrassing.
Tell me, somebody.
All I can tell you is I'm on the check.
I'm not talking about no checks you don't sign. I'm talking about
There's invoices
what have
with,
y'all done with the
there's
money.
backup of each of these checks that I signed.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the checks that y'all signed, do you know what they for? Yes.
There's invoices.
You know what they for?
Yes.
Do you question why?
Sometimes.
Some of them. Where is the money?
Can I ask?
I'm still asking.
Mayor Newton, I have a question.
He can tell you.
No, but
about where you
I'm talking about a check.
You spent $8,500 for Halloween candy, and you talking about her going to learn something?
Damn.
You give me a headache.
The entire event cost $8,500.
Yes,
we didn't
it was.
spend $8,000 on candy. Probably spent about $3,500, $3,800 on candy.
No. I was here when you voted.
Damn.
So where is it? Why can't they get the receipts? Why can't the citizens of Tarrant know where their money is going? It's not on the streets. The streets, I'm tired of driving down Tarrant and you got holes. Buildings not being torn down, houses not being torn down. Man, you ain't even got to listen if you don't want to, but I'm going to tell you, you a sorry mayor. You haven't done nothing for Tarrant City, but they bring us down. But you can do what you want to do. So you can go ahead and play on your phone, but you got to go. You are leaving that seat. And that's all I got to say for y'all. But y'all need to know where the money going. The citizens have a right to know. Where is the money? Y'all gonna let him be in control? That's all I have to say for y'all.
I have a question.
This guy should not be a mayor at all. And he's probably not going to make it in next term. So he is out there dodging financial responsibility. And that's a huge red flag when citizens are asking the question, where is the money? Solid leaders don't get to say, well, it's not my problem when taxpayer money disappears. So you see the mayor, he gets defensive, saying that he has to sign a check in years and blames the finance department. It's always someone else's problem. But they're talking about missing city funds. The citizens have the right to know where the money is. And instead of Mayor Newton being angry about that in terms of, man, yeah, you're right, the citizens should know where the money is. It's just dodging it. It's not my fault. It's someone else's fault. I did everything correct. I'm great. And I don't need to really listen to what you say, citizen. Let me go play on my phone. Let me play some Candy Crush or whatever the games people play on their phones nowadays. I don't even need to give you eye contact, even at least pretend that I'm listening to you, because you're not important. That's the body language that this mayor is presenting here.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I got the question to ask the mayor.
I just want to say, just for the record, I was on checks back in 2021. They took me off the check, so I don't sign checks.
So you're putting this on the council again?
I'm putting it on the council because the council is taking over all the money.
Rickles.
We haven't taken over
So
all
if
the money. I signed checks.
if there's any misappropriation, any money that was spent on something that had no business spending, then that's Councilor Anderson and Councilor Redford because they signed off on the checks.
Where is the
Well, your department or somebody
not
sends
have
every
an
one of these
invoice.
invoices for us to sign.
We don't sign off on anything that doesn't have an invoice. And I know Chief Bennett has dug into some things for me when I asked you about, I think it was some of the
Well, could I ask y'all something? Where is
the
the
drug tests and stuff. Yeah, I don't just willy-nilly sign. I will ask questions.
Where is the infrastructure money? Do y'all know what that is?
We don't sign checks off of that.
What did y'all do with it?
I suggested to my
This was my Nobody have an answer for that? Man, you got an answer for that?
Well, let me say,
They rolled it over into the general fund. That was done.
Do y'all know he rolled it over?
I didn't roll it over. They introduced the resolution and they voted on it.
but the thing
Did
is,
y'all vote on that, Tracy?
we voted on it because we didn't want to lose.
But when you gonna do the audit?
I'll have to give Mr. Brown a
You made a statement in city council that you was gonna do an audit. And I've been looking, waiting to see what is gonna be done.
We'll need to find somebody.
Because the citizens of Tarrant is tired. We are tired.
We had mentioned something about doing something about infrastructure and repairing the road.
When?
No, we talked about it. And when
You
they put
talked
it
about
into,
it, you hadn't moved
no,
on yet.
but the thing was, let me tell you what happened, in my opinion. I can't prove it because I don't know, you don't tell me nothing. Well, to my understanding, he said that they used it for paying for those vehicles that the city of Tarrant was leasing. No, yeah, you remember? Yeah, you said that. Yeah, he said,
Say that
you
again,
remember,
Miss
he
Furman.
said something about paying for those vehicles that we were
Say that
leasing.
again, Miss Furman.
I said, to my understanding, the vehicles that was leasing, is they paid off now, Mayor? Is they paid off in full, or are we still leasing them?
Is they paid off?
You know, don't try to pay boo-boo the fool. I'm talking about we was leasing something from,
We was.
so were we leasing something from Enterprise?
You voted on it.
But is they paid off or we still leasing?
You talking about the police?
Yeah, I'm asking if they paid off in full.
Do you understand what a lease is?
Do you understand my question, Mayor?
This is embarrassing. I'll be honest, I'm not confident in any of these people, the council or the mayor. The mayor is nonchalantly like, well, this is y'all fault. This is what y'all did. You guys decided to take me off of this and take me off of that. So that's y'all problem. I'm just here collecting a check. I have my phone. I'm doing my thing. He's being coy when she's asking him questions about the leasing and the finance issues. They can't fix the roads. This is an epic embarrassment, epic collapse in local government. I can feel for the frustration of this resident. She's asking very, very basic questions and no one knows anything. Well, they know how to insult each other and how to poke at each other, but there's nothing really actually happening here.
I want to know.
The question is, you know what, you want to avoid something. Hold on.
No,
This is my question.
Police cars.
He wasn't involved.
He wasn't involved with that. I just wanted to ask
We
him.
talked about it, I thought it was a good idea. I'm not.
Yeah,
He
And
was
we got
on
the
leave.
cars, all but one of them. When we get the cars, we're using them.
But every time we asked him for something, he said that Lisa Baker and the accountant was working on giving us the documentation.
Only thing I want to know from the council and the mayor, where is the money?
I don't know.
That's all I want to know. Where is it? Where is it?
Where is it? Where's that money?
Well, I've been removed from all
Get
money,
that
so
y'all
that's
told
them.
me. Where is the money?
Well, I guess we need an accounting of the.
It's Baker
Accountant needs to
Finance.
give us- I said the accountant needs to give us an accounting of what's in the account.
When that gonna be? When can I get that? Because as a citizen of Tarrant, which I've been talking to around this town, nobody knows nothing.
But Miss Williams, when we asked the mayor, he said to us that he was waiting on to get some documentation from Lisa Baker and the accountant concerning that money. Now I can go pull it, I can go back and look through my notes to see what they said. They still look. They still.
No, because I don't remember saying that.
Where's the COVID money?
This is crazy. Where's the money?
I was saying that.
So nobody knows. Nobody know where the money is.
That's unbelievable. That's crazy.
Don't you think it's time for you, Tracy, to get this audit going? I am dead serious.
Where are we on our audits?
We need to know.
22 and 2. We tweeted.
And that's all I gotta say at this moment.
Readiness. This is a resolution removing Chief Wendell Major from the Office of Chief of Police for the City of Tarrant. Whereas following the findings of an April 2024 independent investigation into the Office of the Chief of Police of the City of Tarrant, which revealed multiple areas of serious misconduct on the part of Chief Wendell Major, the City Council of the City of Tarrant has continually declined to remove Chief Major from office. Whereas since that April 2024 report, said misconduct has continued and or escalated, exposing law enforcement officers, the citizens, and the City of Tarrant to serious harm. And whereas this ongoing misconduct includes continual closing of law enforcement cases, preventing and or obstructing active investigations, including cases which involve domestic and or gun violence, retaliation and violation of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, allowing unauthorized personnel unsupervised access to sensitive and confidential areas of the public safety building, including former employees who were terminated for misconduct, hiring personnel outside the rules, policies, and procedures as outlined by the Jefferson County Personnel Board, and approving contract services and/or expenditures without prior authorization. I have a feeling I know how this is going to go, so we're going to put this on still put this on the next agenda as a new item.
You got a motion that's been seconded, we have to vote on it.
Yeah, no, we're going to vote on it, but I'm telling the city clerk we're going to put it on them. Okay.
And that's going to be another thing we'll talk about.
Okay.
Too. All right.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Madam Clerk.
Councilor Bryant, we're voting?
No, we're not voting. We're having our discussion now.
Okay, you're having your discussion. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, Alabama law says that you can fire police chief for any good reason. Obviously, you have a good reason that you think. All right, I want you to put your big man pants on. There's a police chief fired.
So,
fire.
As you
Don't
know,
ask these ladies these ladies with skirts on to do a man's job.
Okay.
If you want to fire, fire.
As you know,
What is going on here? What year is this? This is just crazy. So in this part of the meeting, the mayor is trying to get the police chief fired. I am not making this up.
there's a current case before the Alabama Supreme Court. That was a lower case that said that you are the appointing authority and that you can fire him, that I don't have the authority to do that. So that's why I've been including this so you can
you're
do
saying
your
that
job.
You agree that you do not have the authority to fire him, right?
At this point.
Okay, all right. Chief Major?
Yes, sir.
I would like for you to present your reasoning as to why you shouldn't be fired. And let me say this, the mayor's reading there is not supported and it's without merit. First of all, it is the police chief's job, if I'm not mistaken, and you correct me if I am, that when he reads the report, if it needs to be changed in some way to make it better, whatever, that's your job to do it. Is that not right?
Yes, sir.
That is correct. Okay. Is it not true that one of the individuals that had filed a complaint against you for sexual harassment has withdrawn that complaint?
That's my understanding, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Can you give other reasons why you should not be fired?
I believe I've been performing the job as you expected. I told you when I took the job, I would enforce the law without fear or favor. I do not care about personal money. That's not my goal here. My job has been, since I've taken the job of a law enforcement officer, that I would uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Alabama, and I would enforce its laws without fear or favor. I do not care about personal grandizement. You can say what you want about me, but we will enforce the law. We will supervise the officers that I am charged with the responsibility of supervising, that they follow the law. And we will do that no matter who, no matter what, and no matter when.
Okay. Madam Clerk, can we please have a vote?
Councilor Bryant?
No.
Councilor Crawford?
No.
Councilor Anderson?
No.
Councilor Freeman?
No.
Councilor Matthews?
No.
Okay. Motion fails. Madam Clerk, include this on
The mayor's pattern of overreach strikes again. He tries to make decisions without notifying the council. First with the fire chief, now with the police chief. He tries to force these decisions through and then blames the council when they don't go along with it. Now, the police chief talked about this and defended himself, talking about some of the misconduct allegations or accusations were not legitimate. Okay, if these claims are so serious from the mayor, right? I'm asking the mayor, why didn't the mayor handle the process properly? Why it seems like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He tries to hide behind a Supreme Court case, make it sound like his hands were tied. But if he was confident with his authority, why not fire the chief outright instead of dragging the council in another political battle? That's why the former allies of Newton had turned against him in this meeting. When your own people don't trust your leadership anymore, that's a sign that you've lost control. That's why many people believe that this mayor has mismanaged the city at every level. From the financial issues to the failed leadership, all he does is he continues to dig a deeper hole for himself while blaming everyone else. So after all this madness, what can we even say about Tarrant? This place is not in a great spot. live action soap opera where leadership has completely gone off the rails. The mayor and the council seem more focused on scoring points against each other than actually running the city. And the citizens, they're just trying to figure out how to live their lives while the government burns itself into the ground. They want to know where the money is. That's the big question. Where is the money? Also, can the city pull itself together? Or is it doomed to stay stuck in this never-ending cycle of dysfunction? Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. One thing's for sure, this story isn't over. We'll be definitely keeping an eye on what happens next, because with Tarrant, there's always more chaos right around the corner. So let me know what you guys think about in the comments below. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.